Cool, so recording. Awesome, hi everyone, welcome. My name is Cecilia, I'm co-founder of Slides with Friends, and this is Gamifying Remote Connection. So I wanted to start out by just giving a shout out to the Creator Spark program that I'm doing this through, and Ness Labs, Carly especially. So thank you guys, this is a great opportunity. I'm excited to kind of run this little event by you guys. Cool, so over the past year, I have been building a tool that with the express goal of it is helping people connect over these kind of online events. And we've had dozens of companies running hundreds of events, and this is the first time I'm going to be giving this specific talk, but we have learned a lot from that tool. So I wanted to share with you guys and kind of give you the benefit of all the stuff that we've been learning. I'm going to be using that tool, it's called Slides with Friends, as an example here. But really, a lot of the stuff that I'm talking about is really broad and applies to online events in general, whether or not you're using any kind of specific interactive tool. So with that being said, let's get started. And I would love everyone to join my event. So if you have a smartphone, pull it out. I'm going to share my screen. Cool. So you should be seeing my shared screen here with a QR code. Let me know if you do not. But the way that this works is you just take your smartphone, you open your camera up, you hold it up to that QR code, and you join the event. So join as well. Pick a cute avatar. Cool. So you can see everybody's little avatars popping up there. I love all these, like the alien crew. And I am going to paste the link here. If you can't get to that QR code, you can go ahead and go to that link. And if you are having trouble on your phone at any point, just try and refresh your page, and that usually will help you out there. Okay, so you can join anytime, and I'm just gonna move forward. So let's play a little game, guys. Welcome everyone to Gamifying Remote Connections. Let's have everyone say hello with your sound button, and that is the little button that makes a noise on the bottom right corner of your phone. Yeah, this is my favorite. Awesome. Thanks everybody for playing with that. How are you feeling today? Go ahead and tell me what your general emotion level is with that emoji picker. Cool. We got a pretty high margin there. That's nice. All right, and before we get started, one more question for you guys. What is your role, or why are you interested in this event? Are you looking to make better online events? Are you a Ness Lab person? Tell me why you've joined and what your role is. You can just type it and send it. A second. All right. Oh, I love all of these. I love the topic of play and human connection. That's great. This is all great. Awesome. Okay, so let's talk about why we're here. I would like today to, if you're gonna walk away with one thing, I would like you to learn about what makes games a great use for online events and how to kind of add an element of games into your online events, even if you're not playing a game, how to use those dynamics to make an online event a little bit more interesting and engaging for your people so that they can connect with each other. So let's do a little example. Let's play an icebreaker game. So I want you to type in, if you could bring back any fashion trend, what would it be? And you're going to type it in, and then when you are ready, it's going to show you everybody else's, and I want you to pick from, which one's your favorite of everybody else's. Hold on, one more second.
2 siècles.
Okay. All right, so I want you to vote for which one you like the best. Disco fashion. I'm actually a big fan of super baggy pants. I'm ready for baggy pants to come out. So just vote by picking whichever one on that screen there. Longer hair for men. Is it great? Okay. Disco fashion. Oh, I love all of these. Awesome. So Trisha, that was a nice pick. Awesome. Okay. All right. So let's talk about what is required to help people connect in a social setting, in an online event setting. So these are elements of connecting people, basically. And it's not just in online events, but really in general. What you need to do is create a safe space for people so that when they come forward, they don't get, be too afraid to interact with people. You need to help people be actively engaged. So let them participate, let them interact. You need to let people have openness. So it's okay to share personal information. It's safe to share personal information. And you need to give people a shared experience. So everybody's kind of in it together and feeling good about sharing it with other people. So how do games create this space? There are 3 game dynamics that I really love for creating this kind of connection and engagement. And those 3 are rules, rewards, and serendipity. And I'm going to talk about each one. I'm going to break each one down for you guys so that it's easy and you will learn how to add these 3 dynamics into any event that you run to make it a fun and engaging experience for everybody who's come. So let's start with rules. Rules set the expectation and the structure that allows people to participate. So they make basically a safe space. If you know what you're supposed to do, you know what you want to do, and you kind of are allowed to be silly. So let's do a little test of this. So on your phone, I want you to tell me, if you were sitting in a meeting like pre-COVID, would you feel okay and comfortable just standing up out of nowhere and acting like a monkey? I'm going to answer this because I know my answer to this. Just randomly acting like a monkey during a meeting. Cool. Like pretty much nobody wants to do that. All right, let's change the context. Let's change the setting and the rules of this environment. If we're playing a game of charades with our friends, would you feel okay acting like a monkey? Yeah, me too. I would totally do that. So rules free us. Creating structure and an outside parameter gives people the freedom inside of that structure to be silly, to interact, to do things. If we don't have any rules or structure, it can be freezing. We're not sure what we're supposed to do, and then we might not do anything at all. So it's hard to interact if you don't have the rules and the set expectations. So I'm going to give you an example now of what not to do in an event. So go ahead and tell me something interesting. Just go. Right, like that's hard to do, right? I didn't give you how to do it. You didn't know like what something interesting was, when to talk, how to talk. So let's do it with a little bit more rules and structure. I'm going to play pass the mic with you guys. I'm going to go through 6 icons one at a time. If you see your icon on screen, I want you to unmute yourself. And I want you to tell me your name, where you are right now, and the last thing that you ate. So I'm going to advance, and you're going to see someone who's going to unmute themselves. Mason, he's my co-founder, Slides with Friends.
Hey, let's see. So I'm in Philadelphia. My name is Mason Hip. And the last thing that I ate was a cup of coffee, if that counts. That's all I've eaten. All I've eaten today so far.
Awesome. All right, Kyle, do you want to unmute yourself?
Hey, I'm Kyle Pierce. I'm from Toronto, Canada, and I last ate some banana bread.
Ooh, that sounds good. Did you make it yourself?
No, it was a gift.
Sorry, I didn't mean to shame you about the banana bread. Awesome. Tanchi, you unmute yourself? Oh, you don't have a mic? Well, that's okay. We'll move along with that, but next time. How about Lucas?
Hey, I'm Lucas. I'm calling in from Germany, staying in Germany near Frankfurt. And the last thing I ate was a little pastry that I had with my tea just right before this meeting.
That sounds great. Awesome. Oh, and I'm last. I'm Cecilia. I'm in Philadelphia, United States. And I ate, what did I eat? Tea. I had tea. Cool. So, oh, there's 6 people. Anita, do you want to go? Anita also has no mic. All right, we'll go for it. All right, so no need to respond, but I just want you to notice the difference between those 2 events. So when I just said, hey, say something, you weren't sure if you were going to talk over somebody, you weren't sure if you were going to, know what you were supposed to say. But when I told you exactly what to say, what the rules were, and how to say it and when to say it, it got a lot easier to interact with everybody. And that was a very specific example of how to use a specific rule, but you don't need that exact functionality. You can really do this with any kind of online event setting, as long as you give people the right structure. There's tons of ways to do it. So you can do it, I know Carly knows, because we did like Zoom chat waterfalls where she said, hey, tell me where you're from, and then you type it in the chat and then you see everybody's chats appearing. You don't need the tool. All you need to do is make sure that the rules are clear. Okay, so let's talk about our second game dynamic, and this is rewarding people. The more that you reward people for doing what you want, the more they're going to do it. It's just basic human nature. So when people participate, when people show up and do what you want them to do, reward them. It's super simple, and I love that little GIF. And games are the right way to do this as well, because games kind of have that built-in reward. If you play a game and you reward people for it, it makes rewarding people super easy. So let's do an example of that. Let's play a little game. It's a trivia battle. So there's going to be 3 questions. There's going to be more points as we go. And at the end, I'm going to show you who won. All right, is everyone ready to play? Okay, this is a multiple choice question. What is the best selling board game of all time? Right. We got most people pick Monopoly. It's chess. It's been around for a really long time. Yeah, I'm surprised by that too. Okay, what indoor sport did James Naismith invent in 1891 because it was gross outside and he didn't want to take his gym class outside to play. I personally think it should be D, but I'm not a sports fan, so. All right, let's see. Well, that's a pretty even split there. Nobody picked D, so that was my pick. It's basketball. He invented it. Yeah, he invented it for his little gym team, and it became a giant thing just from that. All right, this is the last one. What famous children's author said the quote, "Life is more fun if you play games"? So really this is who wrote Matilda and the BFG. I'm gonna give it one more second. Put your answers in. Okay. Not me, I love it. All right, yeah, a lot of people got that. It was Roald Dahl, who's one of my favorite children's book authors, actually. Awesome, so let's see the winners. We're gonna show the top 10 scores. We got a bunch of people here. 8th place, 7th place. Oh, no, we got people with all of them right. So we got ties for 1st place. Kyle, Carly, Fru, AM, and Mate. Awesome job, guys. That's really impressive. Okay. I want you to just take a second and notice how take a second and notice how playing a game felt, interaction felt, and how all of that experience changed your actions. Like if there was no reason to pick the right answer, would everyone have picked D for that question? I would have, but I wanted to win, so I did. Okay, so you can play a specific game, but you don't need to play actual games in your events. It can be content specific. You don't need to be like, okay, we're gonna take a break and play a trivia game, although honestly, I highly recommend it because people like it. But you can still reward people, giving them like little status bumps, calling them out individually, offering kudos for someone doing something that you want them to do. So here's a list. I want you to take a look and decide which of these things would be a good way to reward someone in an online event. Could you read their chat comment aloud? Could you call out an individual name of someone? Could you ask an individual to unmute and say something specific? Could you say, hey, that's a really cool Zoom background you got there ready, like your light bulbs. Cool, so you don't really need to answer that because all of those are right. It's really easy to reward people once you know what you're doing. Okay, let's talk about the very last one, serendipity. This is probably the hardest one to add, but it's also the most fun and the most rewarding in some ways. So what is serendipity? I'm talking about like moments of unexpectedness, adding humor, adding kind of things that keep your audience on their toes. So once you've created this set rule-based, reward-based structure that's very safe for people, you need to not let them be bored at that. So you need to add in moments of unexpectedness, moments of surprise, keep people on their toes, keep people interested. So how do we do that? We're going to use games, obviously. When you know how to add these little moments of surprise or unexpectedness, you can add them really easily to your events. So as you see, I just added a bunch of silly little gifts, jokes. I call on specific people. I randomize stuff. I let my audience send in content that I obviously have no idea what it's going to be. So it's a surprise for everybody. Everybody knows it's not planned. It keeps it a little interesting. So as you know, we're going to play a little game now. Let's play show and tell. I want you to go to your phone. I want you to click on that big image there, and I want you to open up your camera roll and send me in a picture of something that was surprising. It doesn't have to be hugely surprising. Maybe like, there was some weather you weren't expecting, or your dog is cute and that's surprising. Whatever it is, send me in a picture. I'm gonna go through 4 of them at random. So if we see yours, I want you to unmute yourself and tell me what the picture is. I like that already. All right, I'm going to give it a couple more seconds. Get your picture in. Okay, are we ready? Oh my gosh. I wonder what happened. Can I tell? Tashi, can you tell me, or is your mic still not working?
No, it's all right. I couldn't find it before. I was on the wrong screen. That was why. No, that's my partner's normally very well dressed and very well groomed, but that's him with sticky out hair. He got out of the shower.
So I love it.
Too good an opportunity to miss.
That's great. Lucas, it snowed.
Yeah, it's a snowman, and I was surprised to see it. It was just in a public park. I walked past it and I saw it.
That's very cute. I like the frond mouth. Oh,
Yeah.
Jackie, tell me what it is.
Yes. Well, caramel rolls, good old fashioned caramel rolls. My husband loves sweets. This was a recipe I've never tried. I'm not very good at baking, but it turned out really well. Maybe I should send Morgan. Was it Morgan or Mason who hadn't had breakfast yet this morning?
It's me,
so,
yeah.
yeah.
I think he would be very happy with that. All right, Liz, last one. Who is this?
This is my kid brother, Jesse. We had a Scotch tasting for my birthday, my 40th birthday this last summer before COVID locked everything down. And yeah, he's here looking sassy with his Scotch glass and his candy cigarette because he and a buddy of his were really hamming it up.
That's great. I love the expression. That's amazing. All right, so I want you to notice how, looking through your camera, wondering what to share, what would be shared, what other people would share, how that added some unexpectedness and some interest to the experience. Okay, this is the end. We're gonna play one more game. I'm gonna bring everything together. I'm gonna use a breakout room for this because I really like that setup. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put you in a breakout room, or actually Mason's gonna do it for me because he's my tech support man. I'm going to put you in a breakout room with 3 or 4 other people. And I want you to, when you get in there, assign a note taker. And I want that person to start a numbered list. And then I want you guys to talk to each other and figure out things that all 3 or 4 of you have in common with each other. You might need to turn on your camera for this if you want to play. And the idea is you want to get that longest list possible. And whoever has the longest list is going to win. So when we come out of the break room, you're going to paste that list in the chat, and whoever has the longest one, that room wins. All right, you're going to have 5 minutes to play.
Tomorrow morning, I'm going to...
Cool.
All right, are we ready, Mason?
Okay, I think that worked.
Cool. All right, we got 2 unmuted people. Do we want to, Noemi, do you want to turn your camera on and chat? No worries if not.
Might not be there.
Yeah.
All right, cool. We have a room with 2 people. Should I join that?
Yeah. Should I join one? How do I do that? More breakout rooms. Then 1 room 2. Yeah, go join the 2-person.
Okay, how much, when are we breaking out of these?
I'm gonna set a timer.
Okay.
Hey Siri, set a timer for 4 minutes.
Your timer is set for 4 minutes.
Right. Welcome back, people coming in. All right, so if you are ready, go ahead and paste your list. Awesome, I like this one, Trisha. Okay, welcome back. back, everybody. Whoever was your note taker, go ahead and paste your notes in the list in the chat. Gosh, you guys got so many.
Oops,
You all
I'm
have
not on
fanny
mute,
packs.
sorry.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe you all have fanny packs. I think that's a winner right there.
We were so excited about fanny packs.
That's amazing. We are alive and human and breathing. Oh my gosh, those are all super true. That's amazing. All right, I think Carly might be the longest list. Carly or Trisha, nice job, guys. That was awesome. Really found some good ones. Purple siblings. Yeah, you all have teeth. I like that. You got to go for the low-hanging fruit for sure. All right, I'm gonna share my screen for one more second. All right. Okay. So I'm just gonna tie everything for you together there. I just want you to take a second to think about how those three elements really helped in that breakout room. One, you knew the rules of the game, so you knew what you were supposed to be doing. You weren't just kind of staring at each other, not sure what you should talk about, trying to come up with topics. Two, you knew that maybe you would get a reward at the end, or at least a shout out, and that kind of motivated you maybe to talk a little bit more. And three, you didn't know what anyone was going to say or who you're going to be with, so maybe that was unexpected and there was some surprise and fun there for you. So that's the idea. It's that if you can use those three game dynamics, bring them in to an online event, you can really make it a little bit more fun for people and make people connect better and interact more. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for coming to my little talk. Can you tell me how you liked it with your emoji? Was it clap? And I wanted to. We got our mood boosted, you guys. That's great. All right, last one is if you have a question, can you type it in your little thing? I'm going to stop sharing my screen, but you can just send a question whenever you have it. And you can also just unmute yourself and say, hey. And thanks for coming and typing and playing my game.
Yeah, thank you very much. It was very interesting. Very cool what you guys have built. Congratulations.
Thanks. Are you a Ness Labs guy, Kyle?
Yeah, I just joined. Yeah, so I think it's the first session I've been to today.
Awesome. Welcome. Thanks for coming.
No problem.
Cool. I want to look at questions unless anyone else has one. But, will the slides be available? Yes, I will send out. I will put a link to this event on my Ness Labs event page so that you guys can play it. And it's a Slides with Friends deck. So basically what you would need to do there is just create a free account and then you'll be able to play with the deck and you can use it and let people join. Please steal it. It's yours. Where is Slides with located? We are in Philadelphia and we are Mason is my co-founder, also my husband, that cute guy with the waving there. So he's downstairs and I'm upstairs in Philadelphia, PA. And what gave me the initial aha moment for this amazing idea? Gosh, do you want to take that one, Mason?
Sure. I mean, I think we were stuck in so we were running a big remote team last year and then COVID hit and the beginning of this year, the beginning of last year, COVID hit and locked us down and our whole remote team went remote and all of our friends were scattered and we had been spending a lot of time kind of talking about connection and building connections and we had been talking around a lot of the like, how do you structure conversation in a big Zoom call? How do you create conversations with larger groups of people and kind of give them some guide rails so that they go well? And it's like that kind of social problem is really challenging. So we just spent a lot of time thinking about that, and then spurred on by all of the lockdowns, went and built some stuff to help.
Yeah. And we actually ended up playing with our friends a lot of trivia games, so it ended up being kind of a nice little quarantine activity as well. Cool. If anyone else has any questions, feel free to unmute. but otherwise that was really great. And
I have a question.
for it.
So how often, if you're doing a regular, like I host a lot of mastermind meetings, how often would you interject something like what we've done today to break up
like a game or something?
Right.
Yeah, that's a great question. I think that we greatly overestimate the amount of attention and energy that people have on Zoom calls. I think you have kind of a limit of maybe 20 minutes if you're being really interesting to give static content and explaining content to people. And then if you don't like kind of bring them in at least every 20 minutes, people are kind of going to trail off. But I would say do it more frequently even than that.
I have a question.
Carly.
How can we help spread your fantastic idea? How can we share this? What's the best way to share with our communities and friends?
That's great. We're basically right now just kind of trying to find market fit and trying to get in front of people. So if you want to tweet about us, if you want to try us out and use us for an event that you run or something, I would love that for everybody to try it. And it's a freemium, so basically you can use it for free with up to 10 people. And we've been having a lot of success with it. And so I hope that you enjoyed it, and that if you want to share it and talk about it with people, that would be the best thing. Link to it, I think, is the best one.
Amazing. I am obsessed with this. I can't wait to use it all the time. It's so good.
I'm excited. Thank you, guys.
I have another question.
Sure.
Now I forgot it, but it was based on something Carly said with, I'll think of it.
Yeah, take your time.
Best practices and best games and that sort of thing. Do you have a blog where these are posted for the?
Thank you so much for asking, Jackie.
Yes. Less linear or less
it's slideswith.com/blog. I actually just put one up there recently that is one of my favorite posts that I've done, which is how to run a fun online event as an introvert. Because this guy right here, not great at being with people, around a lot of people all the time. So I wrote a whole.
Were you pointing to you or me? Because it looks like you were pointing to me.
It was me, this guy right here with the two thumbs. Not great at being around a lot of people all the time. So this tool has actually been really helpful for me in running these kind of events without scaring myself half to death, because it gives people something to do other than just look at me, which is very helpful for me. So yeah, slideswith.com/blog is where all of that is. And we do a fair amount of writing about this stuff because we've been learning a lot over the past few months. And I think it's been really helpful. Cool. All right. I think
it's really wonderful. I just wanted to drop some feedback off.
Yeah, please.
I hopped in pretty late, so I missed most of the start. And I think there was some external tool which everyone was using, which I didn't like get into that. But I just enjoyed the aspect, like Kali said, it's really it just drops the effort of the host, right? There's already so much a host is juggling, trying to keep 100 things in place.
Yes.
Trying to inject humor and fun into that as well, like really pulls out a lot from the host. And again, that depends on so many variables, right? So this just takes the load entirely off the individual and places it in a structured, gaming environment. And I think that's really cool, makes it effortless and allows anyone and everyone to jump in and, pull it off as a host and just make every event awesome and fun. So awesome. Kudos to you guys.
Thank you so much. Yeah. And that's good feedback. We do have plans to just have a persistent link so that if you come in late, you can still join the event. But yeah, it's the whole goal, because I know it's really hard to run these, and having something where people can feel like they're participating without you needing to be one-on-one with everybody has been really helpful. Cool. Awesome. So I think there are links to things in the chat if anybody is lost or wondering what we're talking about. But otherwise, please do share us around slideswith.com. and try us, use us for an event or whatever you want. And hopefully it goes well. All right, thank you. Thanks everyone so much for coming. Thank you, Carly, for being a cheerleader. I love it. And please feel free. I'm on Ness. I'm on Twitter at Crazak. Here, I'll write that down for you if you want to ping me or ask me questions or anything like that. And really nice to meet everybody. Love it. All right, thanks everyone. Thanks so much for coming.
Thank you.
Bye guys.
Thank you. Bye.